everyone. Welcome to another Adi and I episode. We're the hosts. My name's MJ.
My name is Adam.
And today, everyone, we're going to give you 5 things that Japanese people do that can be seen as rude in North America. So for anyone who is watching this right now, who is living in Canada or America or maybe another country overseas, you might want to pay close attention.
Yes.
If you have plans to travel overseas to, again, Canada or America, maybe, other countries as well, the Western countries, pay attention because these are things, just like in our past episode, that you will probably do naturally, not thinking that it's rude, but it can be seen as not so nice to say, a little rude.
Yeah.
Nothing to get into a fight about, but it could make some of the people that you're talking to be a little standoffish a little bit. I don't know about that. So Adam, let's kick it off. What is the first one?
The first one on the list, and we talked about this quite a bit, is about table manners.
Oh.
Specifically, slurping while eating or making noises with your mouth while eating. Which is a very common thing to do, I think, while eating in Japan.
And I think commonly known, this is a big one that is really important to know about. Slurping ramen is what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And if you, that's it though. Don't slurp your spaghetti.
Yeah, or any other noodle.
Don't slurp your salad. I don't know what else you can slurp.
Juice.
But I guess, yeah. So in North America, yes, it's like the classic scene of a kid drinking soup with a spoon or your cereal or something. You get those dart eyes from mom and be like, hey, stop slurping.
Yeah, exactly.
It's rude.
Right. Even any noises at all. Like I had someone when I was a child tell me, don't click your mouth while you're eating. Don't do that.
Don't smack your lips.
Don't
close your mouth when you're chewing.
Bang the utensils on your teeth. Don't talk when you have food in your mouth. And those are all I feel things that might happen, especially talking with food in your mouth. I notice that happens quite a bit.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Like in a
I would say that's a big one.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Talking with food in your mouth is, I've plenty of times I've seen my friends put some karaage in their mouth and Yes.
Right.
That is something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
But I would have to say that, slurping is the big one because that generally is something that people do here in Japan, where smacking your lips and stuff, making sound is not,
it's not super
it depends
common.
on the person.
Right. And
if you are someone who maybe finds yourself doing that, be extra careful if you go overseas.
Yeah. You might get some stares, not happy ones.
The next one on our list, everyone to be careful about is excuse me. Not saying excuse me.
Yes.
So I've been riding so many trains in my history, my career of living in Japan. And many times I'll be standing there minding my own business and I just feel like a little push on my back. I'm like, what's that?
Yeah.
Who's touching me? And it's just someone just trying to walk by. Okay, that's fine. Please say excuse me if you would like to go. I'd rather move out of the way so you don't touch me than you being quiet and just going by and touching me.
Yeah.
No karate chop, no chops. That doesn't work. It is super, super rude to have that happen. People might even be like, man, say excuse me. Yeah. It's the opposite where in Japan I've heard you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say excuse me because you are making that person move out of the way for you, right?
Yeah.
So it's the viewpoint is different.
True.
Where in North America, it's more common to be like, don't touch me.
Right.
So tell me to move and I will move so you don't touch me because I don't want you to touch me.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I think that is it's also the difference of the word, maybe. I have to move out of the way for you by you saying excuse me, and also you're pointing out that I'm in your way. to everybody, so it's kind of making me embarrassed. Like it could be another thing,
Okay.
right? Whereas in the West, it's more like, I'm not paying attention to you. I'm focused on something different. So please let me know that you're trying to pass. Because if you ask me, I'll move out of the way gladly.
Yes.
The courtesy is different. Yeah.
So there you go, everyone. If you're moving, traveling overseas, make sure you practice your excuse me, your nice kind, like, oh, sorry, can we get by? Excuse me, just trying to get by here. Let's practice.
And then next on the list, it's kind of connected to the excuse me factor, is the personal space factor. Saying excuse me, so I'm not touching you, is also being careful of my space and your space. In Western societies, we like to have our personal space. One big thing is, even on a crowded bus, I notice signs telling people to be cautious of others' space. Don't bump into people. Don't touch anybody on the train. Don't brush up on anybody on the train. Make sure there's enough space between each person so that everybody can ride comfortably. And I know that in Japan, like, it's kind of hard because trains are always crowded at rush hour and people cram into the train. But if you look around on many of the foreigners' faces, if there are any on the train, you can look and you can feel how comfortable they are just by looking at their face.
Okay.
Because you're in their personal space. They understand it. They accept it. But I'm telling you, they're not comfortable. Maybe not. Everybody else is not comfortable, of course, but these foreigners, Westerners, are even more uncomfortable because they feel like personal space has been taken away, you know?
Yes. And then, again, like you're mentioning, it's a really tough thing. And I think in Japan, nobody wants that. Everyone likes personal space.
Of course.
But I think the whole gaman style is stronger in Japan. So it's like, of course, we understand if you live in a big city like Tokyo, there are so many people in this small city. So during rush hour, there's plenty of times that I've experienced it too, where you just gotta
take it.
You hold on, you just take it. You just hold on. You say, all right,
Shogunai.
Very interesting cultural experience.
Right, exactly. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Yeah. But even outside of the trains, like in lines, sometimes in the grocery store, you can sometimes feel that people are one step too close to you in an uncomfortable, well, for me, it's like an uncomfortable situation where if I was to turn around really quickly, the person behind me, I'd probably hit them with my elbow or something. And that's how close they are. Like if I make a circle with my body, I'm hitting two people at once, the person in the front and the person in the back. Whereas, you know, in North America, we prefer to not be so close so that at least you can turn around, maybe even put your elbows out like this and make a circle around you.
So this is something, again, you know, I'm sure plenty of people, no one's trying to do this.
Right, yeah.
But if you live in Japan in a big, crowded city, you might find yourself being a little more okay with, you know, moving, making space for other people. So you're maybe getting close to others. We're not even realizing it. But just be a little careful.
A little bit careful. Just a little. Take one step back or half a step.
The next one on our list is asking personal questions. Now, we all know the classic, you know, never ask a woman her age.
True.
That's something that is written in stone. We all know this. It's very rude to do. But here in Japan, I've plenty of times I've heard people ask kind of personal questions like, oh, MJ, what's that pimple on your face?
That's personal.
Like, yes, it's a pimple. I know. Thanks. It's personal. It's rude. There's zero explanation. And I don't think that question was necessary.
At all.
I've had other incidents where I've heard from friends where people might have said like, oh, wow, you lost some weight. Wow, you're so big before. What happened?
Totally. I've heard that before too.
Yeah. So, I mean, this, again, depending on the person, I'm sure we'll be like so open about talking about this stuff. But it could be some things that are a little too personal for us Westerners that you don't really want to specifically go out and say and ask.
And even more if you don't know the person, or if it's the first time meeting the person, or if you're not really familiar with that person, like don't even go there. Don't even ask any personal questions. But if it's somebody you know for a long time and you're open with them about everything, and you might be in a relationship with them, or you're like very, very close friends that share everything with each other, then it's okay.
Okay. So what are some examples? I'm trying to think of like, because, you know, the ones we mentioned are a little specific. Like, would be kind of general. And I'm thinking maybe like asking about marital status, if you're in a relationship
status, or not. Yeah, that's a very common one. Do you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend?
Yeah, it's like, whoa. Yeah.
Why do you need to know that?
Yeah.
How much do you weigh? One. What's your height? What are your shoe sizes? These are all about body types and like physical characteristics.
Okay.
But I've never had anyone in Canada ask me what size my shoes were. Or, hey, ashi dekai ne. Nobody says that. Nobody says, hey, you have long legs, or hey, you have big feet. Like, there's not personal questions as a statement, but nobody has asked me how tall I am.
I mean, those things are also strange. These compliments that are actually going to be too personal, and then they turn to be strange. Like me having a tall nose.
Right. Yeah.
My nose is takai, and that's just interesting to say. Or, well, Adam, you have such a nice tiny head. Very rude.
You're like, what? Like,
yes.
What do you mean? I have a small head or a small face.
Yeah.
My face is normal. It's an average size. It can be offensive. It can be offensive.
Yeah. So I think those kind of like appearances, like be careful, everyone, of what you think is compliments could maybe not be compliments. So just, you know, it's better to just stay away from those. Just to be safe.
Right. And, you know, like let the person share about themselves first before you ask specific details.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's the way to avoid being rude. If the person says like, oh, I went to the doctor yesterday because I wasn't feeling well, you can say, oh, what happened? Are you okay? And let them share what happened if they want to. But don't be like, oh, did you have diarrhea?
Don't.
Speaking of diarrhea, the final point is talking about poop.
Openly talking about going to the toilet.
Yes.
In general conversations. For some reason, I don't know why, but I've noticed many times I find myself talking with friends in Japan or other people, even in my past job, other colleagues and stuff. And for some reason, the topic of them having a stomach ache turns into them describing exactly what kind of poop they had when they went to the toilet.
Yeah.
Now, these are things that I feel like in Western countries, even like talking to a doctor, some people could be like, I kind of feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this. I mean, it's just gross. I don't know if it's me personally. Like I can just, I'm very creative mentally, and I can envision whoever saying that they have diarrhea with them sitting on the toilet. So it's not something I want to hear.
Yeah, totally.
So even, you know, if you are, example, hanging out with your friends in America, and, oh, you have a stomach ache, and they're like, are you okay? You say like, oh, man, I don't know. I just got to go to the bathroom. I need it. Is there a bathroom around? Or, man, I've been going to the bathroom a lot lately. You know, I can't hang out today.
Right.
That's all the information we need. That's it.
That's it. You know?
Beautiful.
Perfect. I got the picture. You might even hear, okay, I understand. Got it. That's good enough.
Yes.
Say no more. People will say that because they do not want to have the visual connection of you on the toilet doing
we
what
don't want
you
to
have
hear. 2 weeks, it's too much information.
Yes.
So let us know in the comments, everyone. What are some things that you might think you do that could be rude? Or if you have a question, is this rude to do in North America?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments down below. That's it. like the video, subscribe to the channel.
So that's it. We'll see you
On the next step.